Well, coming up on this week's show, we are in wild and wonderful West Virginia. That's right, we're visiting the cities of Wheeling and Moundsville. You know, Moundsville's got a lot to offer. They have the Palace of Gold, they have the Moundsville Penitentiary, the Moundsville Mound. We saw all of that, and we found a great new barbecue place. And for you Lego fans, I got to tell you, we found something absolutely amazing. If you love Legos and love to see what people can do and build with them, then you will want to visit the Toy and Plastic Brick Museum down here. Wait till you see that on today's show. Renee?
Well, thanks, Mike. Well, we're having a great time here in West Virginia. On our way in, we stopped by St. Clairsville, did a little shopping, found a great shop that you're not going to want to miss. Right now, we're here at Oglebay having so much fun. There is so much to do for a great weekend away, and we've got some other places to show you as well. I'm Renee Joseph, and along with Mike Kilburn, we are out and about Wheeling. Into Wheeling, just off I-70, is a town called St. Clairsville. They have some wonderful things here. One of them that we visited is 3 Labs Salvage, where you can find just about anything. Well, Lynn, welcome to Out and About Columbus. Thank you so much for having us out to 3 Labs Salvage. And I have to tell you, this is the coolest place. I love it.
Well, thank you so much, Renee. We've put our heart and soul into this place.
Well, you can definitely tell. You guys have a little bit of everything. Tell us about what we're going to find when we come to this store, because it's very diverse.
It is, but we started out basically as a salvage business. Oh, wow. But because the downtown community really needed more, we sort of evolved into what we have here. And we do have an eclectic mix. We have salvage, antiques, artwork. We do a lot with the local community. And also clothing, which is actually wearable art to us.
Yeah, the clothing is really cool. One-of-a-kind pieces that you're not going to find anywhere else. So let's talk about your community involvement, because what a really cute little town St. Clairsville is.
St. Clairsville is just lovely. And that's part of the reason that we're here, is because we want to bring back the nostalgic little downtown charming place that we knew when we were growing up as children.
So tell us about this beautiful building that we're in, because it's quite old.
It is very old. It was built in the early 1800s and originally was a newspaper building. And since then, it's had quite a few different faces. It was a hardware store in the 50s and a bank for a short time, and lastly, a bar and grill called the Gazette. And now it's our business, 3 Labs Salvage.
Wow. Now, so how did you guys end up becoming what you are today?
Well, we describe it as a hobby gone mad, basically. Brad and I, for fun, would go to auctions and sell at antique fairs. And then once we had the opportunity to get this gorgeous building, we decided, why not try a retail store? And then it just took on a life of its own.
Well, it is so unique and so awesome. It's a must-see on the way into Wheeling. Tell us how we can find out more information about 3 Labs Salvage.
Well, mostly you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Also call us, 740-359-1255. We often meet clients off hours by appointment, and visit our website, 3labsalvage.com.
Thank you again for having us in. I love your store.
Thank you, Renee.
On our trip to Wheeling, West Virginia, we heard that some of the best barbecue could be found at Hangover Barbecue. So we stopped by to find out for ourselves, and Steph has joined us today to talk about the place. Good to have you on the show.
Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. Thanks for coming down to Wheeling. We're always excited to talk to some people from out of town and get the word out about us.
Great. Well, tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind Hangover Barbecue.
Sure. My husband and I both love to cook. My husband's been a chef all his life, and I've just kind of learned from family, friends, just experimenting at home. I grew up in the South, so we wanted to bring something Southern to the area, so we thought barbecue would be a perfect option. And that's kind of what started the whole thing, was just we wanted to start our own business, and cooking was obviously what we wanted to do, and it was just finding the right niche.
Yeah. So you think you'll expand from a roadside to a full-scale restaurant?
You know what? In the beginning, roadside was like our goal. Just have a little barbecue roadside place. We've always been out traveling, been to a lot of them. We just love the idea. We wanted to start small and kind of see how the valley reacted to our food, and so far it's been awesome. And I think in the long run we would like to expand to a full restaurant, hopefully in Wheeling.
Okay. Well, what do you think separates your barbecue from others?
I think one of the main points is our smoker. It is a 500-gallon offset direct flow smoker. Not anyone in the valley uses that. I'm not sure the closest place would be, but Texas is where we got the smoker. So he drove it up here. His name was El Cucaracha Smokers, and that is a big difference for us. We used 100% West Virginia cherry wood, and we also make all of our sides from scratch, homemade, just family tradition, family recipes, and I think that really is part of our offset difference. We also are a carryout. A lot of places have walk-ins, so we're just a little roadside carryout, a little different.
Well, give us some contact information for folks traveling down to West Virginia. You can stop and see you.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously we're Wheeling, West Virginia. We're off the beaten path just a little bit. If you turn off National Road, which is one of the major roads here, towards Oglebay Park, you take a left at Convenient and you'll see us. We're right off the road.
You got a website?
www.hangoverbarbecue.com.
Fantastic. Steph, thanks so much for being on the show.
Awesome. Thanks.
Rod, it's so nice to meet you, and thank you so much for having us out to Oglebay today. Tell us all about Oglebay. What sets you apart from other travel destinations?
Absolutely. Thanks for being here today and allowing us the time to do this. I think what's really unique about Oglebay is just our history and how much property we actually have, and that we're really a park and a destination all in one. We've got a little bit of something for everybody, and we just love the guests being here.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful out here. And I understand that Oglebay is home to some rare and exotic animals. Tell us all about that.
Absolutely. We have what we call our Philip Good Zoo, which is located just on the other side of this hill. And it's very unique. We're the only AZA accredited zoo in the whole entire state of West Virginia. We have 50 different species endangered. We have some new exhibits this year, the African safari and the wolves. It's just a great zoo. One of the other things that's really unique that sets us apart is we do a lot of different encounters, so you can come and get personal with the animals. People travel from all over the country to see the encounters.
Well, we had a chance to check out your aerial challenge exhibit. Tell us all about that. That looks like so much fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. We've had it now for a couple years, and what I really like about it is you can do it almost at any level of expertise. You can choose the path that you want for beginners all the way up to a little bit more advanced, but it is a lot of fun. It's in the trees, in the shade, and just a really neat aspect of Oglebay.
Well, it looks like Oglebay is a golf lover's dream.
It absolutely is. We are very fortunate to have multiple golf courses, all the way from our 2 championship courses, the Arnold Palmer and the Robert Trent Jones, down to our local favorite Crispin and Wheeling Park. So we have all levels of golf between par 3 and championship golf courses.
Well, tell us how we can find out more information about Oglebay so we can come stay here.
The best way is always, online on our website. Our website's, it has everything you need on it. Or you can just call in our reservation line at 304-243-4000, or you can certainly, just stop down and take a tour.
Well, once again, thank you for having us out to this beautiful resort. So much to see and do here. It's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Well, we've got Haynes Mansfield. He is from the Ace Adventure Park down in West Virginia, and it is a great time to visit West Virginia. Haynes, welcome to the show. Good to have you on today.
Hey, I appreciate you having me here.
Let's talk a little bit about why it's a great time to come to the West Virginia mountains.
And I'll tell you what, it really is a great time. So the weather is nice and cool, even though we're in the summer months here. Fresh mountain air is blowing everywhere, and it really is a great time to get outdoors. The rivers are running at a great level. The New River is still large enough to get a really fun ride out on those waves. But the water's warm enough that you're not going to be chilly if you jump in. It's going to be nice and refreshing.
Well, I understand a big thing with you guys is whitewater rafting. So let's talk about all the experience levels, who does this, and we'll take it from there.
Absolutely. So, West Virginia is known for its rivers. There is always something running here that folks can come and visit and get out there and raft. But the New River Gorge is really what we're known for in this area. It is an amazing river. It's appropriate for folks that have tried rafting before or some braver folks who never have. It does have a few Class 4 Plus rapids in there, and it's just incredibly gorgeous scenery. Now, some folks might be a little bit more timid, or perhaps you've got children that are just over the age of 6, right, but still under the age of 11. We have the upper New River Gorge, which is a more mellow but equally scenic family trip. There are bald eagles that you'll spot out there. You'll see other types of wildlife. And this year, we're offering a special. If a full-paying adult rafts, they can bring for free a child age 6 to 11 to try that section out.
Oh, that sounds great. We know our cameraman comes down here and he enjoys that quite a bit in your area, so that's great to know. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other activities that you have available there.
I'd love to. So we are called Ace Adventure Resort because we're a 1,500-acre facility, all private property, that's located adjacent to the New River Gorge National River. We have zip line courses that you can take along the rim of the gorge. It's the only zip line course in the New River Gorge where you can actually see the gorge while you're on it. We are also very, very well known for one of our very popular family activities. We have a water park that is built on our spring-fed lake. It has floating obstacles that you can climb on and jump off of. We have a zip line that you can come off of a tower and go sliding down into the water. And we even have a few water slides and a splash pads for the little kids. In addition to that, if you can do it in the outdoors, we probably offer it. So we have rock climbing trips. We will take you out to Summersville Lake and you can climb out there. You can climb in the New River Gorge. We offer horseback riding, ATV tours, pretty much anything you can imagine. You can do it here. And on top of that, we have 52 cabins that you can choose from log homes down to smaller rustic cabin tents, and then camping. If you just want to get out and have some time under the stars with the kids, you can do that as well.
Well, give us some contact information, Haynes, where we can learn more, make reservations, and head down that way.
Absolutely. So the fastest way to find out what we do and make a reservation or check some prices is at aceraft.com. That's our name in the whitewater rafting, aceraft.com. Or you can give us a call at 1-800-787-3982, and one of our reservationists can tell you all about the things that we offer that are perfect for you and your friends and family.
Fantastic. Haynes, it sounds like some real thrills down there. Thanks so much for joining us. Great information. Thank you.
Y'all come rafting with us soon.
Well, we stopped by the City of Wheeling, West Virginia's Parks and Recreation Department, and you know they got a long history of bicycling and some very neat things to tell us about what they do here in Wheeling. And Jesse's joined us to talk about that today. Jesse, welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
Happy to be here.
So let's talk about Rails to Trails. That is a pretty interesting name.
Well, absolutely. You know, Wheeling's rail system is now trails that we enjoy for cycling, walkers, runners, anything you can think of to be outside and recreate.
Now, how far does that system run?
So Wheeling has trail system is 13 miles. It goes, Wheeling's system is in a T, and the north and south T is the Ohio River, and the east and west T is the Wheeling Creek. Beautiful meandering waterways along the way. It's just a great place to come cycle.
So you were the recipient of the bronze level bicycling award or community bicycling?
Yes, so the League of American Bicyclists gave us a award of bronze status. So that means that we are one of 2 cities in West Virginia that has the infrastructure that is promoting cyclists and have the vision to hopefully reach a gold status here in the future. So it's a baseline data for us to try to build upon and showcase that we love our trail system. We're trying to build upon that and really, make a more vibrant community.
And the great news, Jesse, is that it's COVID friendly doing the bicycling, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So recreation outside is COVID friendly. Bicyclists is social distancing 6 feet apart. Outside walking, running, things like that is definitely COVID friendly. So definitely come to Wheeling and come recreate and get your social distancing in a smaller town version of the urban setting.
So Jesse, what's the Wheeling doing to promote its community cycling?
Well, we have great community partners that we worked with, Bike Wheeling, High Valley Trail partners that have events and things like that. We have Wednesday night group rides. We meet here to go to the dam and back. That's a 10-mile round trip. We have our bike tour. Unfortunately, we didn't have it this year, but it was a 14th annual bike tour that all the money proceeds goes to Wheeling and trail development and things like that. So, we are really working together with our community partners to really, showcase, everything we have in Wheeling, from themed events to anything that's bike friendly that we can do to try to, promote that kind of activity.
Give us some contact information.
Oh yeah, please visit wheelingwv.gov or wheelingrec.com. You can call my office, the Park and Rec Department, at 304-234-3641.
We're on a trip to West Virginia. We stopped by Bel Air, Ohio, and found the Lego Museum. This is the unofficial museum, but I'll tell you, it looks pretty official to me. When you walk in here and see all the displays, 3 full floors here, this place is just amazing. Carol Brown's joining us today to talk about it. Carol, welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
It's great to be here.
So how many square feet do you have here? This is obviously an old school.
It's 32,000 square feet.
So how did this all start? Because this has got to be a great story.
Well, the founder was Dan Brown, and he was a collector, and he was a little bit of a hoarder. So he ended up deciding just one day, hey, why don't I move my stuff in here? And then he decided to make a museum out of it.
Where does all these displays come from? Who built all these displays? Because you have so many around.
Well, it comes from various places. You got stuff from Lego, you get stuff from other people who enjoy building just as well. And I mean, we even have the world's largest Lego image here, and we've had people from all over the area just come over here and just build it.
Are these displays glued together so they won't come apart? Because I can imagine somebody bumping into these.
Well, most of them are glued, but there's some things that are not. But the ones that aren't, normally they're fenced off from the public.
So how do you get in here, and what's your hours, and give us some times that you can come down and see this, because this is well worth seeing.
The on-season is normally the week after Mother's Day is when we start, and we go all the way through the summer till about just the end of August. After that, that's from Tuesday through Sunday. Adults pay $8, children $6.
And it's just amazing just to walk through here, see the displays, and just enjoy this. How long do you recommend people take to come in and look at everything?
From my experience, people are here roughly about an hour when they tour, so they want to at least give themselves an hour of their time when they come here.
Well, Carol, give us some contact information where we can learn more, and let's send some folks down to Columbus to see this amazing display.
Our address is 4597 Noble Street in Bel Air. Our phone number is 740-671-8890.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for being on the show.
It is great to be here.
Well, it's been a couple years since we visited West Virginia, and we're back in West Virginia, specifically Moundsville, and some great attractions to come down and see. And only 2.5 hours from Columbus to drive down, and Craig's joining me today. Craig, welcome back down to Columbus.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Welcome back to Moundsville. We appreciate you coming out.
It's
picked a great day.
Yeah, it is. And it's one of those, this is one of those things. I always and never forget the prison down here, the Moundsville prison, but there's so much more to see beyond this. Tell us a little bit about what visitors can find.
Marshall County has about 5 major attractions that are within a 15-minute radius of each other. I mean, and that's what's very unique about our area. I mean, we're standing right here on the iconic former West Virginia Penitentiary grounds with the penitentiary right behind us. Directly across the street is the namesake for Moundsville, which is the Grave Creek Mounds. So having those 2 pieces right next to each other is a phenomenal opportunity. And only 2 miles away, we have Grandview Park, which is an outdoor adventure park, has mountain biking, zip lining, aerial park, aerial ropes courses and things like that. Treetop villa cabins, along with bigger cabins for family reunions and things of that sort. And then 15 minutes down the road, something that you wouldn't expect to see in the hills of West Virginia, and that is the Palace of Gold. New Vrindavan is one of the most iconic locations in our area. They just celebrated 2 years ago the 50th anniversary. They are going through a whole transformation over there right now. The rose garden blooms 3 times of the summer. It's phenomenal to see what that has. We actually also have the Fostoria Glass Museum. So Fostoria Glass here in Marshall County. We actually have a dedicated display in the mound to Fostoria Glass, as well as to Mark's Toy. So the Mark's Toy Museum did close at this point, but we do have a dedicated museum artifacts in the Mound Museum as well. So people can still visit those toys and the big wheels that we all played on when we were little.
Yeah. The Mound Museum is phenomenal. Last time I was here, it was one of those things I walked in, couldn't believe the things that you had in there. You can spend a day in there walking around.
Oh, absolutely. And Jeremy has done a great job bringing in new artifacts to the facility and putting all new displays out. So everything is almost, and they have one of the best theaters in Marshall County right now. They play events and have different shows all the time in the theater itself. So there's a lot to do here. You can't get it done in one day. So obviously the Convention Visitors Bureau, our job is to get you you to stay, and we have some very unique lodging opportunities, and we have traditional lodging opportunities as well. The bed and breakfast, Bonnie Dwayne Bed and Breakfast, beautiful facility. Like I mentioned, the cabins at Grandview Park, but we have the Sleep Inn, and we have another hotel that's just getting ready to open up here shortly as well.
Well, give us some contact information. Let's visit Marshall County and Moundsville.
You go to visitmoundsville.com. When you show up in Marshall County or in Moundsville, you can come into the Mound Museum. That is where our visitor center is located. So all the information for the entire area is right there. The big thing is go to the website. That's where we keep you informed as much as possible. Visit moundsville.com.
Fantastic. Craig, thanks so much for being on the show.
When you're traveling to Wheeling, we found a great place where you can kick back, enjoy a delicious meal, and a nice cold beverage. Well, you're the executive chef here, and you've got quite a story. Tell us how you got started in this.
Well, I started out in the dish pit, and I worked my way up from there onto the line and just kept cooking. And when I traveled, whenever I went somewhere, I could find a job as a cook. So I just cooked and cooked until I found that I really had a passion for it, and it was something I was decent at. So I was the sous chef at a cross-country ski lodge in Idaho for 4 years, and after that, I started the Vagabond Chef Project. And I'd put over 13,000 miles in the saddle of my motorcycle, researching over 70 different restaurants and culinary communities. And at the end of that year, I came home and opened up the Vagabond Kitchen.
Wow, that's quite a story. Well, when we come out here and visit, what are we going to enjoy?
Well, here at Vagabond, we do handcrafted food rooted in local community. So we work with local farmers in the Ohio Valley to include their products here as much as possible. And we're making everything in-house. A lot of restaurants these days don't go that extra mile, but we are crafting things here. So I like to talk about our hummus. You know, not only do we make our own hummus, but we make our own tahini to make the hummus with. So we really look to have a high quality of skill involved in each plate that we deliver to our customers.
Can you tell me your favorite dish here?
Oh gosh, I mean, that's like picking amongst my children. They're all my favorites. So I always tell people we leave the bad food off the menu, but we do a lot of burgers and macaroni and cheese right now. That's become kind of a cornerstone of our menu. But we also have entrees, we have salads, we do soups and chilies. I've won the local chili cook-off 6 years running, I believe. So we do a lot of different things because we like to offer a lot of options to folks when they come in so that there's something for everybody.
Well, that's wonderful. So you also do catering, I understand.
We do. If you can't make it to us, we'll come to you. So we do enjoy getting out and doing catering. We do a lot of menus similar to what we're offering here in the restaurant, but we also will work with each client individually to find a menu that fits their event and their budget and everything along those lines.
Well, we are so hoping that the folks in Central Ohio will come visit here. And when they do, how can they find out more information about you?
Well, I encourage everyone to follow us on Facebook. We have a Twitter account, Instagram. And if you can get on those social media platforms with us, you can kind of join the adventure and see what's going on because things are always changing.
Well, you know, my last trip to West Virginia, I stopped by Independence Hall. It was one of those places that was pretty memorable. So we're visiting back to see what's happened since our last visit there. Debbie Jones is joining us today from Independence Hall. Debbie, welcome back to the show. Good to have you on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about the history of Independence Hall. That's one of the things I remember. The architecture was just amazing.
Yes, sir. This building opened in 1859 as a custom house, which was a federal building and home to the post office on the first floor and the federal courtroom on the third floor. There were also many offices on the second floor for the marshals and eventually for the first governor of the restored government of Virginia, Francis Pierpont.
So what kind of exhibits and displays do you have there now?
Well, Mike, we have currently we have the restored courtroom in here. It is one of the most accurate restorations in the United States. On the first floor, we also have the post office in the vestibule there, which was a big congregating area during the 1850s and 60s. On the second floor, we have many displays, including the office of Governor Pierpont, the office of Thomas Hornbrook, who was the Inspector of Customs, and also we have one of our, I think is one of our best displays, 14 original Civil War battle flags.
Let's talk a little bit about the COVID situation and how that's impacting Independence Hall and people visiting.
Yes, Mike, it has. Of course, our numbers are down from our usual, but we opened back up to the public on June 20th, West Virginia Day this year, and we've had visitors. We actually, we have some every day, from a handful to a couple dozen. So we do have a limit as to how many we can have in the building at one time. We do have a form at the door that we ask all to fill out in case there ever is a problem down the road. We can track and see who has been in the building. Our governor has issued a mask, a mandatory mask, if you cannot maintain the 6-foot distancing inside. So, usually folks come in with the mask. And then, it's up to their discretion whether they want to wear it the whole way through.
Well, it's well worth that to see that piece of history. It's a great thing to come and see. And like I said, it's something that has stuck in my mind despite all the travels that we do with Out and About Columbus. So Debbie, give us some contact information where people can come and see it and visit you.
Absolutely, yes. We are located here in downtown Wheeling at 1528 Market Street. Our hours of operation are Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5. We're open each day except for, of course, holidays. And later this year, we're hoping that some of this will pass, things will get better, and we can start scheduling our events, especially around the holidays. We do miss that part of having the public in here as far as a greater number, and you don't want to schedule something that you have to restrict people or tell them no, that they can't come in because we have reached the limit. So hopefully later this year, we're going to pick that back up. And if not, we're just really looking forward to 2021.
Well, Debbie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Mike, for having us. And you all stay safe over there.
Back in Columbus, check out our local business spotlight. Peddler's Junction Vendor Mall is a unique shopping experience. You can find anything from one-of-a-kind items to antiques, and you can even rent your own space to sell your things. Well, Abby, welcome to Out and About Columbus. Thanks for having us out to Peddler's Junction Vendor Mall. Kind of tell us a little bit about Peddler's Junction. What makes you guys unique here?
Well, the business actually started in Belpre, Ohio. This will be our 10th year that we've been in business. It's a family business. My mother-in-law started it 10 years ago, and then I came on and helped her. And she's got 4 boys, and we're all involved, and their partners are all involved. And it's really a family aspect that sets us apart, because we're all involved.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. How does somebody become a vendor here, and what are the benefits of doing that?
To be a vendor is very easy. We're open 7 days a week, so that gives anybody the flexibility to have this as a second option for income, or a lot of people have this as their only option as income. So it's very, very easy. You can go on our website, you can come in and talk to the great staff that we have here. They'll set you up, they'll walk you through the contract, they'll show you every booth space that we have available, and any discount programs or anything that sets us apart, they'll walk right through with you. And I mean, our vendors have been very pleasantly surprised.
So you also have a couple other businesses here. One of them's a flea market?
Yeah, absolutely. So next door to us here in the same lot is our weekend flea market. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it's open, and you can go to outlet.peddlers.org and you can find more information on becoming a vendor there. So we make it really easy. So we have lancaster.peddlersjunction.org to find a space here. I mean, we walk you through everything. There's frequently asked questions and everything. So we try to make it as easy as possible for people to come and find us and make money.
Well, it really looks like a really cool place to come and just browse around too. There's so much to look at here. Tell us your hours, any information that we need to know.
So that the hours here at the vendor mall are Sunday through Tuesday, 11 to 6, and then Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6. And now with COVID going on right now, the first hour of every day is designed just for the elderly or the high-risk people in those categories, so they can come in and shop safely. So we want to keep everybody safe and healthy.
That's wonderful. Again, thanks for showing us around, having us out. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for coming.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.